Picture, if you will, a time and a place where local government is responsive, does common sense stuff when it's needed. Welcome to You Can't Get There From Here, a show about local politics in Vermont. Hi, I'm Ken.
And I'm Irene.
So Rennie, since you're here again today, I suppose we're going to be talking about the Essex Charter Change yet again. What could possibly be left to cover?
Even numbered boards.
And I guess our esteemed Government Operations Committee has something to say about this?
Only 2 members did. Here's Representative John Gannon, who couldn't seem to get past it.
Okay, so we have an even number of select board members, which is a problem. Typically, you want an uneven number.
So he thinks that even is a problem.
Doesn't know our history. The village formed within the town more than 100 years ago to secure services like water, sewer, police, and fire. The rest of the town we call the TOV, town outside the village.
So that's why these are the 2 districts that the charter change uses.
Yes, and these are the same districts that have been used a long time by the select board and the school board. Historically, these 2 parts of town were very different.
Because rural areas have very different municipal needs than a downtown.
And they still do, says George Tyler at the June 17th village trustee meeting.
I think you're talking about 2 very different cultures and 2 different perspectives coming together. And we've got 2 centers that seem to be competing in some sense. Our community development offices have very different directions and focus.
So that's why district-based reps.
Yes. Each district needs reps who know what it's like to live there.
And with 2 equal member districts, all you can have is an even numbered board.
Right. Here's one more reason for districts.
What's with all these dots?
You're looking at the same number of dots in each district. They reflect equal populations and show the 7-to-1 difference in density.
So a candidate who runs at large has to cover 7 times the area in the TOV to knock on the same number of doors as in the village.
Yes, Kenny. But with this charter change, village and TOV reps would compete within their own districts instead of with each other across the districts.
All right, I've got it. Now, did anyone else on the Gov Ops Committee have something to say about even?
Representative Jim Harrison.
Billy?
I don't like even, but that was their choice.
Right. The voters chose an even-numbered board because they understand the problems caused by the odd one.
Problems? What problems?
You see how the select board majority swings back and forth over 70 years as the population shifts?
Yeah.
When the TOV held the majority, it created more services which the village had to pay for. Imagine the resentment.
So if I'm in the village, I have to pay for my fire department and the town fire department? Yeah, my wallet's going to have some resentment, all right.
With equal teams at the table, the outcome might have been different.
But the representation has never been equal, even when the populations were.
That's right. Therefore, 3 + 3 is an urgent remedy to stop the frustration from festering and sapping all the good stuff Essex wants to do going forward.
And that's why voters chose 3 + 3 by nearly 2-to-1.
Agreed. You know, even-numbered decision-making bodies are not uncommon. Vermont has 50 senators and 150 House reps. Our school board has 10 members.
But some of those bodies have a way to break a tie.
Just because you can break a tie doesn't mean you should.
I guess so. If you do, you just nettled half your neighbors, and you might run into some of them at the Quality Bake Shop next day. Small town.
It is. Think of it this way. A tie is the same as a no vote.
Like when half my cows decide not to go into the milking parlor, none of them will.
Politics can display a herd mentality. With an odd number, the majority tends to vote as a block, even if their motion is a steaming pile of manure.
And I bet that can stink, especially if you're in the minority.
Minority voices don't count.
Easier to go along, to get along, just like my cows.
But on an even board, there's a greater chance of a no vote. So there's an incentive to work out a solution that benefits more people.
Has that happened?
Yes, on June 8th, the odd number village trustees voted 4-to-1 to pass a mask-wearing resolution, despite earnest pushback from the public.
I remember. What did the town select board do?
With an even number, they tied. 2-to-2, a no vote.
And did the world come to an end?
Frankly, no. The public felt heard.
So, to say that an even-numbered board can deadlock is really just a lot of hooey.
Rational people understand. The fear of ties is irrational.
All right, so a tie is
The same as a no.
greater chances of a no means,
More negotiation.
and more negotiations get you,
Less herd mentality.
and less herd mentality yields.
Fewer sacred cows and fewer pig-headed decisions.
Amen to that, and that's all the time we have for today.
See you next time.